Hey ducks, it's time for that Jewish holiday where you read and sing some stuff, eat significantly symbolic food, and get drunk. Last year for Purim, I did a little mermaidala thing, and now I'm gonna make myself look like an apricot. Why an apricot? It's one of the fruits traditionally plumped into the delicious hobn cookie, so named for the hat of Haman, the genocidal government official that wanted to exterminate the Jewish people in ancient Persia, prompting the creation of the holiday. Maybe we'll be eating yellow cotton candy in a couple hundred years, I don't know. Anyway, Haman was an advisor to King Ahasuerus. The king recently had his wife Vashti executed for not obeying him, so obviously this was a very chill and reasonable dude. Thus, he was in need of a new wife, which is where Esther comes in. Esther was the beautiful Jewish gal selected to be the new queen, and this story is especially interesting because God is totally absent from it. The miracles really come from human interaction. Esther's cousin Mordecai ticks off Haman one day, prompting him to persuade the king to start killing the minority in the noble tradition of political administrations. Esther's cousin Mordecai tells her that she needs to use her position as queen to convince the king to not murder more people, which she was kind of worried about given his track record, but she succeeds, the people are saved, Haman and his family are hanged, and everyone gets wasted. I left out a bunch of stuff and talked more about the villainous dudes of the story because cookies, but honestly, Esther and Vashti are such interesting and complex characters. Lots of feminist commentary has been written about them, and I recommend reading the Book of Esther, not necessarily for the religious experience, just because it's an awesome story. So, cookies. We've got these triangle-shaped cookies filled with fruit that you eat to mock the demagogue. Maybe the fruit represents the hidden nature of Esther's Judaism within the kingdom, or because it's sweet and you're alive to appreciate that. And at this point, you're ready to get so schnackered that you can't tell the difference between Haman and Mordecai, or Steve Bannon and someone who's not anthropomorphized Hitler Youth acne, maybe. I can't remember if I talked about this last year, but we could always use reminders of festive executions. There's some neat tidbits around Purim in modern history. My personal favorite is that Julius Streicher, one of Hitler's propagandists, apparently shouted Purim Fest 1946 right before he was executed after the Nuremberg trials. This is really fun because he was hanged, just like Haman and his 10 sons in the story. I would absolutely wear a shirt that said Purim Fest 1946, by the way. It really rolls off the tongue, or scaffold. Another great tale takes us to Soviet Russia in 1953. For weeks, Stalin had been creating propaganda and arresting Jews as part of the Doctor's plot, and right before the deportations and torture sessions really kicked in, Stalin was suddenly paralyzed on March 1st, aka Purim, and died a few days later. Today's fact is that my nail polish is apricot scented. Isn't that cute? That's all for me. I'm gonna go be a responsible young adult. Remember to eat bread and drink water, not for any particular reason to counteract the negative side effects of anything that you are engaging in, just because it tastes good, you know? Okay, later nerds. I just dug my nail into this new blush and it's very soft and creamy. It is.